Anxiety is an emotion of fear, dread, and uneasiness. Anyone who has ever encountered anxiety experiences it differently, as there are different types of anxiety disorders. Anxiety is currently something that is not fully understood because there is not a specific cause of it. There are many who don't know how to cope with anxiety, as well as those who don't know how to deal with somebody who has anxiety. This has become a jarring reality in today's society. Studies show nearly 1 out of 5 Americans have some type of anxiety disorder. These statistics conclude that the majority of the American population personally know somebody who deals with an anxiety disorder. There are so many right and wrong ways to help somebody cope with anxiety. We need to learn how to have empathy and patience with those who do have anxiety or some type of anxiety disorder, rather than to classify those as crazy or off the walls. Those who have experienced anxiety, to have helped somebody with anxiety, know all the different ways anxiety can make you feel, such as fear of the unknown, constantly questioning what could happen and the outcomes of it, constantly second guessing choices that they may have. Lisa Olivera, a therapist, wrote, "Just because no one else can heal or do your inner work for you doesn't mean you can, should, or need to do it alone." I agree with this quote because no one deserves to go through life alone. Better yet, should have to deal with some type of mental illness alone. Due to how mental illnesses such as anxiety are looked upon in society, I have come up with the term of coping, which would be Pathapy. This implies having patience and empathy with those around. This should be implemented in our day-to-day routine, as no one never knows who may have an anxiety disorder or when they can come in contact with somebody who does have an anxiety disorder. And we should always try to put ourselves in somebody else's shoes. And by doing that, I feel like it could be a great way to help get through life and to stop putting those people who do have an anxiety or some type of disorder into a specific category because they don't know how to cope with life like others do, and just because they do it in a whole different way. I use this word by chatting with one of my friends, and she said it sounded something across the lines of having sympathy for others. And so I explained to her that it was pretty close, but it was just about having patience and empathy with somebody, because the more patience that you have, the better understanding that you may have with others around you. You could become a better listener, and possibly just pay more attention to what others may be trying to vent, and have empathy for them. Don't just necessarily put yourself in their shoes, allow them to speak. Kind of get a feel for it on how they may be feeling and try to see what you could do to help them in a sense. In today's society, many are just getting put into that specific category and nobody's really helping with it, especially since because of the way the world has been now because of the pandemic. It's the least we could do for people, because nowadays I feel like more people are having anxiety, becoming depressed just because of the world around us. So if we change that in a way and use Pathapy, then it could make a difference. Thank you.